A rancher helped an Apache woman fix her wagon. After dawn, Warpaint riders ringed his cabin. Rancher had learned to recognize the sounds of the land at night, the wind brushing the tall grass, the distant cry of an owl, the soft creak of his cabin settling into the earth. That was why the noise drifting in from the prairie startled him. It was not natural, not part of the usual rhythm. It was the strained groan of wood under weight, and the uneven clatter of a wheel, fighting against broken ground. He lifted his lantern, hesitated only a moment and stepped outside, the cool night air pressing against his skin. Beyond the fence line, he saw a wagon tilted at an awkward angle, one wheel split and sinking into the dirt. A woman stood beside it, her silhouette steady against the darkness. She did not call out or wave for help. She simply watched him approach. Her posture straight, her hands relaxed but ready. The lantern light revealed her face, tired, dust-streaked, yet marked by a calm strength that made him slow his steps. He understood immediately that she was Apache, and that understanding carried weight in a land where fear often traveled faster than truth. The rancher nodded once in greeting, keeping his movements deliberate. He knelt by the damaged wheel, inspecting the cracked wood and bent iron. The brake was bad, but not beyond repair. Without asking questions, he returned to his shed and brought out spare boards, tools worn smooth by years of use, and a length of iron strap. As he worked, the woman remained silent, her eyes following every motion, measuring not just his skill but his intent. Time passed quietly. The stars shifted overhead. The horses snorted softly, sensing relief even before it arrived. The rancher tightened the final bolt and tested the wheel. It held. He wiped his hands on his trousers and stepped back. The woman moved closer, examining the repair with careful attention, then met his eyes. She spoke a few words he did not understand, but her voice carried gratitude without softness. He offered her water from his canteen. After a pause, she accepted. He tore bread in half and held it out. Again she hesitated, then took it, nodding slightly. No names were exchanged, no stories shared. The night did not require them. When the wagon was ready, she climbed up, gathered the reins, and turned the horses toward the open plains. Before leaving, she placed her hand briefly against her chest, then pointed toward him, a simple gesture heavy with meaning. The wagon rolled away, its sound fading into the dark. The rancher watched until the prairie swallowed her path. He returned to his cabin, believing the moment was finished, unaware that the kindness he offered before dawn would return to him with the rising sun. The rancher woke just before dawn, the way he always did, but something felt wrong. The air was too still, heavy with a silence that pressed against his chest. No birds greeted the morning, no wind stirred the grass. He reached for his coat and stepped outside, expecting nothing more than another quiet day on the plains. What he saw made him stop cold. His cabin was surrounded. Horses stood in a wide circle, their heads low, breath steaming in the pale light of early morning. Men sat tall in their saddles, faces marked with war paint, eyes sharp and unreadable. They did not shout. They did not charge. They simply waited. The Apache riders had positioned themselves with purpose, leaving no path open. No confusion about who held control of the land in that moment. The rancher felt his pulse quicken, but he did not reach for the rifle resting inside the doorway. Slowly, deliberately, he stepped forward and raised his hands, palms open, showing he carried no weapon. His movements were calm, though his mind raced. He replayed the night before, the broken wagon, the woman's steady gaze, the quiet exchange. Understanding settled over him like a weight. One rider moved ahead of the others. He was older, his face lined by years of sun and judgment. His eyes searched the rancher's face, not for fear but for truth. The rancher stood his ground, breathing steadily, letting the moment stretch without words. Then a figure emerged from between the horses. The woman from the night before rode forward, her presence changing the air itself. She dismounted and spoke to the elder in her language, her voice controlled, carrying authority rather than urgency. She gestured toward the cabin, then toward the open plains, and finally toward the rancher. The riders listened. No one interrupted her. The elder studied the rancher again, longer this time. At last he nodded once. The tension loosened, not disappearing, but shifting. Several riders lowered their weapons slightly. The circle remained, but it no longer felt like a trap. The rancher realized then that this was not punishment. It was acknowledgement. His action had traveled faster than he had imagined. Helping the woman had placed him inside a story larger than his own quiet life. The woman met his eyes briefly. There was no smile, only recognition. She mounted her horse again and rejoined the riders. The elder turned his horse sideways, signaling that no harm would come. The sun finally crested the horizon, spilling light across the cabin and the waiting figures. The rancher stood in that light, alive, unharmed, and aware that kindness on the frontier was never small and never unseen. The riders did not leave when the sun climbed higher. Instead, they remained where they were, their horses shifting slowly, leather creaking softly in the warming air. The circle around the cabin loosened, opening just enough to allow breath back into the land. The rancher stood quietly, unsure whether to speak or stay silent, and chose stillness. On the plains, patience often meant survival. The elder rider gave a short command, and the group began to move with purpose rather than threat. Two warriors dismounted and walked toward the fence line where a section had collapsed weeks earlier under the weight of roaming cattle. Without asking, they lifted the fallen posts, resetting them with practiced efficiency. Another rider led horses toward the creek, filling water skins before returning them neatly beside the cabin. Nothing was taken. Nothing was broken. The rancher watched, his confusion growing into cautious understanding. This was not an occupation. It was balance being restored. The Apache woman approached him on foot, stopping a respectful distance away. In broken English and careful gestures, she explained what the rancher already felt in his bones. Her journey had been dangerous. Winter was close. The broken wagon had stranded her far from her people, far from safety. Out on the open prairie, being alone was often a sentence, not a situation. "You fix wheel," she said simply, touching her hand to the air as if steadying something unseen. "You choose good road." The rancher nodded. He did not explain that he had acted without thought, without bravery. He had only done what felt right in the dark. She seemed to understand that too. Food was shared as the day stretched on. Dried meat, cornbread, water passed from hand to hand. No one spoke loudly. Laughter was absent, but so was hostility. Stories lived between gestures instead of words. The rancher learned to read small signs, the way eyes softened, the way shoulders eased. Trust was being measured, not given freely but not denied either. As the sun dipped lower, the elder rider returned to the center of the clearing. He removed a small carved token from his belt, its surface worn smooth by time. He placed it carefully on the wooden step of the cabin. The meaning was not spoken, but it was understood. This land, this man had been seen. Harm would not come here without consequence. The woman mounted her horse, glancing back once more. Her gaze held something quieter than gratitude. Something deeper, respect earned through action rather than promise. When night approached, the riders moved out as one, their horses flowing back into the prairie like shadows returning to their source. Dust settled. Silence returned. The rancher stood alone again, the token resting by his door, the fence standing straighter than it had in years. The plains felt the same, yet altered. He had not asked for protection. He had not sought meaning. Morning came gently after the riders left, as if the land itself wanted to soften what had happened. The rancher stepped outside, expecting to see hoofprints, broken grass, some sign that the day before had been real. Instead, the prairie looked almost untouched. The circle where the horses had stood was faint, already fading under the sun. Only the repaired fence and the small carved token on his cabin step proved that it had not been a dream. He picked up the token, turning it slowly in his hand. It was simple in shape but carefully made, its edges smooth from years of being carried. He did not know its exact meaning, but he felt its weight settle into his palm like a promise. He placed it on the shelf above his door, not as a charm, but as a reminder. Days passed, then weeks. Life returned to its familiar rhythm, mending tools, tending animals, watching the sky for signs of changing weather. Yet something had shifted. Travelers who once avoided his land now passed through without fear. Cattle stopped wandering beyond his fences. At night, the prairie felt watched over, not with menace but with quiet awareness. Other ranchers spoke in low voices at the trading post. They talked about lands that never suffered raids, about a lone cabin that seemed untouched by trouble. Some guessed luck, others guessed something older, something earned. The rancher listened but said little. How could he explain that respect, once given, could move faster than fear? One evening near dusk, he found a bundle tied neatly to his fence. Inside were dried herbs, finely worked leather, and a strip of cloth marked with the same symbol as the token. No tracks led away from it. No one waited nearby. He accepted it the same way he had accepted the silence of that first night without question. As winter crept closer, the rancher often thought of the Apache woman. He wondered if she had reached her people safely, if the healer's hands were now busy easing pain, instead of gripping broken reins in the dark. He never expected to see her again. Some paths once crossed did not need repeating. At dawn, when the plains glowed gold and the world felt briefly new, he would sometimes pause and listen. In that quiet, he felt connected to something larger than land or ownership. He had fixed a wheel with no thought of reward, no desire for recognition. In return, he had gained something rarer than protection. He had gained a place in the memory of the plains, where actions mattered and kindness, once given, never truly disappeared.